should likely do maybe a little update video. A lot of stuff's been going on the last couple of years. I've been kind of laying low from the YouTube thing for some good reasons. Unfortunately, I never also got a chance to explain what was happening, how we got this acreage, how I got the shop and everything. At the same time, when I posted a video about being excited about moving in here to do all this stuff, all my Patreon supporters stopped supporting. It is what it is. Appreciate everybody's help to get this far, and like I said in my Patreon thing, I would like people even who want to donate parts or come and help physically or whatever, all that good stuff. But I got some other things I want to work on in the future wrapped around not this industry, not the EV industry, not the mechanical industry, about other stuff, and I'm going to explain that right now. So basically, my ex and her parents and I bought the acreage together. Her parents were able to sell their house in Eastern Canada and put a big deposit on this place. My ex and I rented out our house, and then her and I covered the mortgages. It was a bit tight, but we were able to make it work. Unfortunately, not long after getting in here, her and I ended up separating. Some really toxic stuff had been happening, and I'm working on a plan of maybe putting a whole nother YouTube channel together. I would like to be able to support other people going through divorces, not just men. Men seem to suffer a lot more in some cases, but there is bad people on both genders. Nonetheless, it's been a battle. The last year and a half, 2 years has been the worst 2 years of my life. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to explain about that, but I'll do that potentially in another video on this channel leading into a new channel for that, because I'd like to put something together with support from other people, maybe by donation or something, because there's a lot of work to put into it. And one of the things I quickly come to realize is all lawyers are there to make money, so they're going to give you the least amount of info they can, so that hopefully you ask the same question a few times, all kinds of stuff. And my lawyer was okay, but like just didn't give me the feeling she was working really hard for me. My ex got the most dirty, backstabbing lawyer she possibly could. I ended up self-representing halfway through roughly. I ran out of money. It's just an insane, just a money suck that for no reason. And my ex tried to value all kinds of stuff that were not family property, pretending they're family property. So I ended up ripping the CRX apart because all the items bolted on the chassis were mostly gifts to me. Some of them were owned by the business. The chassis itself was family property. She tried to value it at $12,500. And that's one small example of many things she did. Anyways, I ripped it all apart and told her she could have the chassis and give me $6,200 for it. I don't care. So in the end, she decided to let me keep it, and now I'm putting it back together. So as you can see there, I've got the front wheels back on it, the front motor back in it. And what I'm doing right now is I'm actually soda blasting, so mixing baking soda and water together, and using this little sandblast gun, cheap one from Canadian Tire, and basically mixing soda and water together in the gun, and then spraying it, and it brings the aluminum kind of like new again. It's pretty good. It takes a little bit of work, but baking soda is cheap and it's not bad for the environment or anything, so it can go down the drain or go in the groundwater or whatever. It doesn't hurt anything. So pushing forward, some fun CRX videos should hopefully come. I'm very excited to be working on the car. That's one of the most exciting things in my life, is working on the car. I don't want to get into too much discussion about the divorce stuff right now. I want to kind of keep this more about I'm here, I'm moving forward, things are going to start happening again. My family and I are working to get financing to buy her out of the other house, and it's a 2-car garage. It's tight. I'll see what I can do for storage on the property to put some of this other stuff in storage on the same property but not in the shop, so I can actually work in there. And if I can work that out, I'm looking at getting a 2-post hoist, possibly, potentially a used one or something. But I have a Tesla Model S motor I rebuilt. My friend Doug, during all this, lent me a RAV4 EV, which has the Tesla powertrain in it, and it needed the bearings replaced. In that process, I learned that sometimes those can be hard, and I damaged the main control board a little bit. I had to resolder some pins. That took me a while to sort it out. It's also because right now we have a nesting agreement, so I'm only allowed at the shop on my week here. We do week on, week off, week on, week off with the boys, and my week here I'm allowed to work on it in the shop and stuff. But I have my two boys, Avery's 4, Isaac's 8. They're very busy, and I like spending time with them too. So it's really hard to work on stuff much then. So I've managed in our negotiations, I managed to negotiate 7 hours on Fridays from 9 till 4 to come and work in the shop on my own stuff. And so that's what I'm doing right now, is just getting a bit of stuff done on the CRX. So my goal is to actually drive it out of here to the next place. We have the acreage listed for sale. We had an accepted offer, but the financing fell through for the owners. I think things will come together. I'm feeling pretty positive, and I'm super excited about life again. Never been so happy about life in general. It's what I just went through is the most insane hell I can imagine. And because of that, I want to help other people. There's a lot of work to put something together, but I'd like to have maybe a website and maybe a YouTube channel talking about stuff. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just to give people my experience, show them what I've learned, put all the links and all the information I found together into one place, and maybe have other people donate time or whatever you want to call it to that. Maybe it could grow into something one day where lawyers could volunteer and accept donations after the fact. One of the things I learned through the whole process is there's an insane amount of money you can spend on this stuff, not just on your own lawyer, but on if you go to therapy, I joined a men's group, that's $100 a month. It's not bad, but it adds up. And every little detail, every single thing costs money, costs more money. My week away from here, I have to rent with my family, so everything just adds up fast. And I was burning money way faster than I was making it. For 18 months it put me in a massive deficit because of this, and I'd like to help other people find a way to minimize that as much as possible, because the whole system's disgusting. And a lot of people, I'm just going to leave the word people there, think they're going to get rich from getting divorced, and that's not how it should be. Divorce shouldn't even be a thing, unfortunately. I never believed in divorce and all that stuff, but here we are now. I always swore I never would be, but moving forward, have the kids 50-50. We have a ton of fun together. Got them into BMX racing, as you've seen in some videos, and we're working to do more of that. I'm working to do more outdoor stuff with them. We do quite a bit. We're quite active. We don't watch a lot of TV or videos or anything. We don't spend much time on screens. At least I don't with them. So I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. I'm really excited to be working on putting the CRX back together, like I said, and other projects and stuff, start getting back to it. Probably gonna look at fixing some Tesla motors. That's where I was going with that Model S motor that I have. I got it actually to try and fix the RAV4 EV motor, because the circuit board was damaged quite a bit, and it turns out that it's slightly different and not much is compatible between the two. So I ended up rebuilding a Tesla Model S motor. It's the sport one, which will do up to 650 horsepower. I have it listed for sale, and I've had a massive amount of people asking me if I'd rebuild the motors in their Tesla or replace it and put it in for them and stuff. So I'm gonna look really hard at that, and that's part of the reason for looking at maybe getting a two-post hoist. The CRX will be on a lot while I work on it too. I have big plans. Got to do lots of fun stuff. But yeah, things are coming together finally, and I'm really excited about the future. Just thought I'd share a bit of an update video, and I've had a massive amount of support through this, and it was needed. So anybody that might be dealing with something like that, reach out to them. A lot of men like to hide their stuff, and that's not good. The men's group was a big help. We read a book called No More Mr. Nice Guy. There's some other stuff we do too, but That book alone is a game changer for people's lives, especially men. But it also tells the people who buy it to have their significant other read it as well, because it's about self-help. It's not about being a jerk or anything. The title's misleading, but I definitely suggest reading it. I'll probably try and put a link in the description for that. But yeah, I'm thinking 2025. We're just about at Christmas in 2024. 2025 is going to be a great year. I'm really excited. Too bad about this place, but hopefully in the future I can rebuild my life and get back to something with a decent amount of shop space. So one thing at a time. The boys love spending time in the shop too, so that makes life a lot easier for me. And I love teaching them the skills, like the Cybertruck we built for a soapbox derby race. That was a ton of fun. And Avery and Isaac loved it. Like Avery, he was 4 at the time, still just turned 4. I had him and Isaac with rubber gloves on, putting Bondo on and stuff to make the cracks disappear and cover up the screws and stuff. And Avery loved it. You know, he said, "Mom doesn't do this stuff with me." I'm like, "Well, do you like it?" He said, "Yeah." So I'm happy to teach them as much as possible. Plus, I figure, you know, if they can learn some stuff like that, they can help me on the CRX in the future and other cars. But also, as they get older, having all these skills and having some experience like with shop stuff, it's going to make them so valuable. So many kids in society these days don't spend time learning how to work with their hands, and I really think where the for-profit institutions for education stuff have gone, it's become just a money pit for people, and most cases it's not worth going to school for some sort of master's in something. You know, most people are better off getting a trade and just having basic skills to walk into a trade and, you know, get your trade quickly means you can be making a decent income. I think that's gonna put these boys in a good position as they get older. Who knows, maybe they'll work for one of my businesses or start their own, and I'll help them with that. But either way, I'm excited about that stuff. I think they're going to do really good in the future. Anyways, I'll leave it at that for now, and down the road I'll probably put something good together about a bit of a detailed thing. Not too detailed about the divorce. It would take, like, if I wanted to explain everything, probably 5-hour video, like maybe 10, somewhere in that ballpark. There's a lot of stuff that happened. I learned a lot, but I think what I'll do is I'll put a basic video together here and then link it to a second YouTube channel. I'm not quite ready to do that yet, both physically and mentally, but I do want to do something, help other people. And by all means, anybody who wants to maybe be supportive of that, just reach out and let me know. I think, as far as I'm concerned, like, I had some lawyers who helped for free, basically just give me quick advice, and they're the most valuable. They give the best advice. And I kind of figured that at one point. I realized somebody's going to give you advice for free is probably going to want to do it accurately, so they don't have to repeat the question. Whereas when you're paying them, they're going to want you to ask them as much as possible, so they make as much as possible. My lawyer was good to go off records. That helped a lot. She helped behind the scenes for the last 9 months, but still, I think there's a better way for mankind, and I'm hoping some of these laws change so that people who lie about financial stuff and everything can be held accountable, because that's just disgusting. You can just pretend to believe something that, you know, full out is not true, and then drag somebody through hell for months or even years in a divorce, in the case of a divorce. And I'm not the only person I know tons of other people who've been through this, men and women, more men, but I know women who've been through it that way too. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. Things are looking good, and I'm excited for 2025. I'm very excited for 2025. Might be one of the best years of my life. So, and possibly the boys too. Gonna do a lot of fun stuff with them, camping, BMX, dirt bike, and all that stuff. Work on getting settled too into another house where I can support them better with their schoolwork and everything too. That's a challenge for me right now, because when I have them, I'm very busy for those days. It's hard to spend the time doing schoolwork when I'm busy cooking and cleaning and packing their lunches and all that stuff. But I'm hoping to get there. I think I can get there. If my family and I buy the rental house, I can have their support a little bit. Plus, I'll have everything set up at the house. When I'm not with the kids, I can go buy all the groceries for the next week and everything, so I can make things a lot quicker and more efficient. Looking forward to all that. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. We'll probably see you in the new year, but things are looking up.